back to me. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host, as always, the queen of the indies, Tiffany, and a long-awaited adieu, my good friend, Kwesi Asante. How are you?
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hi, everybody.
We were talking off the podcast that it's like, it's been a while, and this is like the one that should have, like probably happened, a long time ago or whatever, but we're here. So make sure you like, share the stream, I'm sure if you have any questions for Kwesi, he'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. And if you're new here, I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, backstage. I got you covered. So we're going to get into it. I want to start with like your background with dancing, and you are a dancer. So tell us a little bit about that.
Wow.
And how that incorporated into you coming into wrestling.
Wow. First question?
Yeah, we're jumping right in, man. We're jumping in.
For me, I was born into an African community of people. My family is the first African dance company in America. So I come from a long line of dancers, musicians, and singers and stuff like that. So specifically for me, I've been dancing ever since my mom was dancing. My mom was in said company. My mom was a dancer. She used to be in classes all the time. And while she was pregnant with me, she was dancing. So I came out the womb dancing. After a short period of time, let's say like I'm around 6 or 7, my mom decides to put me in Dance Theater of Harlem. Mind you, I'm from New York, so Dance Theater of Harlem is not too far from us, but it's still in New York. So Dance Theater of Harlem, I went there for either a year or two, and they're like kids program. And then after that, I went to a summer camp called Ailey Camp, which is formed by Alvin Ailey, one of his last projects he made before he passed away. And I went to Ailey Camp for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
5 years back to back to back to back to back. So in that first year I went to Ailey Camp, I got a scholarship to the Alvin Ailey School. And from the school, I was in the school since I was 11 till I was 18. So I was there for 7 years straight.
Wow.
And classically trained in West African and European dance style, so ballet, contemporary, modern, character, tap, West African dance, of course, specifically from Ghana, Nigeria, and of course the larger West African bubble when it comes to dance. And after my training was done, that's where the real dancing happens, trying to audition for companies, trying to just make it in the world, and I really got into choreography, which is creating dances and movement and stuff. And I found that's where I thrive the best. Even though I'm a great performer, you've seen me work.
Yes.
When I was dancing, it was something that was I felt like something was missing for me, and that was creating movement. I love creating movement. That's why I create a lot of the ideas that I use for my moveset, and then a lot of the ideas that for all my tag stuff with Diaspora and the Ancestral City Shooters. Big up, big up, big up Joe, big up Angelo. We try to I try to incorporate cool stuff and movements that aren't usually looked at as like, oh, that's just coherently pretty. So after that, I think the last year that I was dancing full time was 2021, and that's when I started training.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so crazy. So what made you I mean, you're still dancing and you're still, doing that. I mean, I see your posts and, I'm sure if people aren't as familiar, if you follow him, which you should be following him, you can see that you post up videos of you dancing and stuff. So where was it from the transition that it was okay, I want to be like a wrestler also?
Okay. So if I were talking about that, I had to talk about the first time that I saw wrestling live. Big up Joe. Joe in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I love that. Thank you. Hey, Games in the chat.
I want to say this is summertime of 2021. I've never seen live wrestling. I've been watching wrestling on YouTube since 2019 because everybody takes the big exodus from wrestling. They're like, this shit's fake. I'm not watching this. Trash. So from 2010 to 2019, I wasn't watching wrestling. So I missed the Shield. I missed the Wyatts. I missed a lot of stuff. Literally, when AEW was created is when I first started coming back into wrestling.
Wow.
When Double or Nothing 2019 happened, that was my first wrestling show that I watched fully. And I was like, yeah, that, I could do that. And, just randomly hitting my friends with wrestling moves, trying to hit them with dirty deeds and stuff like that. The childhood memories of wrestling came back to me when I was in college. So I was like, oh, yeah, this is... Pandemic happens.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2020. Pandemic happens. I told my brother, my older brother, yo, I really want to do this wrestling thing. I think I could be really good at it. I think I can be really dope. I think I have the mind for it to be creative in it. But wrestlers, a lot of wrestlers are like, I'm inspired by said wrestler, so I'm going to be said wrestler. I was like, I don't have really a wrestler that I can pinpoint that I could be like, but I'm inspired by so many, so I might as well want to try to do that. So he sends me some wrestling schools and private lessons on Instagram and stuff. And mind you, 2020 is the year T2T was made. I'm like, it's the pandemic. It's still high. Everybody's scared. I'm going to just stay inside the crib. A year passes. Now we're starting to get more active. We're wearing masks. The mask mandate is still here, which is great. I'm like, yeah, cool beans. Da, 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 da. I go to Brooklyn Comic-Con with a few of my friends, and there's live wrestling there. I would later find out that the wrestling that was happening was through Tom Frazier, which people who know Tom Frazier know.
Oh, I know
Frazier.
Tom. Yes.
Yeah, Tom Frazier. So he tells me, "Yo, actually, no. I have to preface this. I was drunk out of my mind. I was scared to go talk to him.
Aw.
My friends go, man, if you don't man up." But they just ended up going, specifically Paul. Paul went to go talk to Tom. Tom told him, bring me. So he brought me there. And he was like, just come on Monday. All right, give me the address. Let's do the thing. He gives me the address. Guess what school it is? The same school my brother sent me a year prior.
Wow.
T2T Wrestling Academy. And it's been like that ever since.
Look at that. It's so crazy, right? And then we think about it now that it's so many years ago and the pandemic happened and how we were like shut out, and then we were having shows that like maybe only 20% of people were allowed to be in the building and stuff like that. So it's crazy. It's so crazy. Let me give love in this chat. So Good Cop Bad Cop's in here. He goes, snow day just announced for tomorrow, so no need for me to do any work right now, so come in to hang out and listen to some indie wrestling chat. Good evening. I love that. I love that.
I think it was it him that was saying that I had a lot of anagrams?
Yeah.
No, that made my day.
We'll get to those. Good Cop Bad Cop has been such a massive supporter of Indie Wrestling Corner, and he loves the fact that he gets to meet a lot of the wonderful wrestlers. Some he's met through me of doing these interviews, some he's already seen and stuff. But he's been doing these anagram questions for years on my podcast that when he doesn't do it, I call him out on it. It's like, where's the anagram question? Like I'm waiting for it, so
honestly, some of them were really good. And I was like, wait a minute, I have to think about this. Hold on.
He hates like names with Z's in them because he can never figure it out in anagram. So with Brianna last week.
Oh yeah, Brianna, man.
It was kind of interesting or whatever. He said you had the best letters for questions ever, and finally no Z's. Stop picking guests with Z's. They're so tough to do anagrams.
Imagine if I was Kwesi with a Z.
Can you imagine me saying to a wrestler, like, I'm sorry, I can't put you on my podcast because you have Z's. And they're just gonna look at me like I'm sick in the head. But I mean, like, I know like everybody thinks I'm crazy as is, so we'll just add to the craziness or whatever. I love it. All right, so clearly, I'm very familiar with we've drove together, which we'll get into and stuff like that. And I've been at multiple shows of yours and stuff. But for a fan that's never seen you wrestle before and watching this interview, what's the go-to match you would recommend for them to become an instant fan?
Go-to match that make them a fan. I mean, honestly, if there's two. I think me versus Mateo Valentine from last year, which is on the T2T YouTube channel, T2T Brooklyn YouTube channel. And if you have IWTV, it was me and Joe versus Delta House. I think that tag match, we kind of went stupid. I think we did a pretty good job of making that match structure and making it really cool and making it really dope. But honestly, if you want to see me by myself, I think the Mateo Valentine match is one of my best matches. Even though I don't do all of my moveset, there's not one moonsault in that match, which is great. But I actually think, like, if you want to see, like, oh yeah, he can go, and like, I don't really have a lot of singles matches that are up because I've always been in like scrambles or multi-man tag matches, but like, that's one of the singles matches where I'm like, yeah, I could ball. I could ball.
There you go. And I love that you can watch that on YouTube, or, you got IWTV, which is great. This is why we're getting indie wrestling out. And this is why I support the indies so much, because we have other people who probably will come into the chat later that, talk about WWE and AEW. And like you said, you started because you started watching like AEW. I was doing an AEW podcast at one point, but I dedicated myself to the indies because you guys are the beginning of it before you make your way over to the television. So this is my job and my responsibility to get you guys out there even more. So I love that. All right, so
Troy President is in the chat. Big up, Troy.
What's
Big up,
Troy? Thanks for coming on in here. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about T2T. I know, like, Brianna talked like a lot about it. She talked about, Logan Black. She talked about, Tracy Williams. She talked a little bit about CPA, some of the trainers. You brought up Tom. Give us a little bit more for the people that are not as familiar with T2T.
Okay, so T2T, honestly, I was scared of wrestling schools in general because wrestling schools haven't had the best rep of like holding people in a school, because you either hear some crazy shit or you hear something that's like, why would they do that? This is against human code, I guess. T2T was a warm welcome. At the time, MV Young had just left. Brother Greatness had just left, so they had new trainers. It was Big Game Leroy and Logan Black at the time. And then Willow came in for like 3 to 5 months, and then she got signed to AEW.
Yeah. Crazy.
Immediately. And then Hot Sauce was here sporadically, but now he's a constant. Just a big family, a big loving family. We accept everybody, honestly, because, wrestling is for everybody to attempt and try. And if you love wrestling, I think everybody should give it a chance to do it in some capacity, even if it's not wrestling, but learning the business itself. And they, specifically Logan, because Logan was like, he was there every day, every week, yada, yada, yada. Instilled a level of understanding about how wrestling psychology and wrestling just works in general into me that was like, oh, I can look at any match now and be like, I get it. I get why they're doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? So they welcomed me, especially in a space where this is new. I did martial arts before, but like, this is a whole can of worms. And I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm not talking my first week. But in that first like month, made a whole lot of new friends. Vinny, who's in Nicaragua right now, who used to wrestle with us. Vinny was arguably one of my first friends there, and love him to death. Who else? Who else was I first friends with there? Day Bands, another wrestler from T2T. Jay Karma, who just literally me, Jay Karma, and Troy Cheston started around the same time. So we were all like essentially that class of 2021. But they saw something in me, and they all pushed me to become the wrestler that I am today. And they constantly push me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm constantly being egged on and like, you could do this better, but this, figure out something. Every time me and Logan are on the same show, after my match, I go to Logan. Hey, coach, how was it? It was good? All right.
The seal of approval. It's like, all right, like... I love that. It's great because it's like you see that, and that's that's what makes you different, right? That's the fact of also with like your dancing style that you incorporate that into your matches and stuff like that. So it's amazing. Like I'm going all over the place because like this is like I don't even need to look at my questions. Like I prepare everything for all my interviews, and it's just like this is just an easy interview or whatever. And then in the sense that it's like Cap TV, we'll bring up like Cap TV and stuff like that. So like you've come, and it's funny because obviously because me being Queen of the Indies and like watching everything that I watch and watching multiple promotions all over the place and stuff. And then watching someone like you come in and the fans maybe not familiar with you. And I was like, I know him. I was like, right? And then they're like, you do it. I'm like, he's good. You're going to like him. He's good. Like I'll be like that. And then just to watch the reactions of like the fans of like you doing like stuff that like you don't normally see, which is nice because that brings, like this is why, we like you because you're bringing something completely different to the table that, other wrestlers can't do. Right. So like, he's like, he's
You got me smiling.
But no, it's true. Like, so like, I remember that first time, like you did the Cap TV and like the fans were like, do they boo you? Like, do they cheer you? Like, I don't know. And then like, you're doing crazy moves. And then it's like, yes, we like him.
Right. And it was, wow. You just made me remember that. Because I remember I came I think it was against me, Robles, and JJ Does. I think it was that match. I come in, I'm wearing my all black, my get up, I got the nose tape, I'm wearing all black, and I look, yeah. Everybody's like, what do we do? I'm like, I'm a good guy, you can clap, yes. But yeah, to come back to Cap and like how they giving me opportunities. I don't think I would have got opportunities if it wasn't for Blitzkrieg Pro. The first time I was on Blitz was I was covering for somebody. So I think it was Mooney. Ryan Mooney had to go do something, and it's supposed to be him, Dante versus Dante Drago.
Right.
Logan put in the good word. He was like, listen, one of my children can go forth. And I was like, okay, cool. This is a big match. I had never been on a promotion. At the time, Blitzkrieg was one of the dream promotions. And
Right.
I was like, I haven't been on Blitz. Like, this is my first time meeting everybody. And I'm on the show already. What's going on? I'm freaking out. Me and Dante. Also, shout out Dante. Great person.
We love Dante here and his Pokemon problem.
You know, once you're in, you're in. It's bad. So we get there, we have our match, and the Shook crew who are backstage, we come back. He goes, "The fuck, guys?" And I'm like, mind you, I'm freaking out to see if that match was even good or anything. Like if we did a good job. Fuck, guys, what are we doing? And I'm like, oh, so we did it. Oh, we did it? Sick. I think from there, that's when the connection between me and Cap, because, you know, Bryce Donovan, former Cap champion, and Bobby Orlando, former Cap. Well,
No, he is the champion.
Current Cap
He's
champion.
the current champion.
I guess they put in the good word, and I started to come to Cap more often, and hearing the Cap audience even cheer my name is still a funny thing, because I'm like, oh, you guys remember me? Shit. You know, some wrestling crowds just don't remember people.
Aw.
It's different, you know.
Yeah.
I have a different gear on. I don't know if they remember faces. But yeah.
Every Cap TV, every time he sees me in the front row, he's like, "Hi, Tiff!"
Hi, Tiff. Every time I see you in a show, I make sure to say hi, Tiff.
It's so great.
As a heel. Even as a heel, I'll be like, hi, Tiff.
I don't know if people notice that. The heels do come over and be like, "Hi, Tiff."
You cannot not say hi. Come on.
I was telling the story last week with Brianna that when Synergy was around and like how I used to love to break Logan Black and stuff like that. He's a heel. And it was like my goal to like break him during his matches. And he would have to look away from me sometimes.
Logan is one of the funniest people to even be in the ring with. Another story. My very first match was with Logan Black.
Yeah.
My very first match ever was with Logan Black. And it wasn't even supposed to be with Logan Black. It was supposed to be like I was in a Ranger, which is like essentially a Rumble with 10 people.
Right.
And that got changed. And then Troy comes up to me and goes, "Congratulations, buddy." And I go, "What are we talking about?" What are you talking about? "Oh, you're facing Logan." Huh? Mind you, I had to go longer than 5 minutes in a match.
Oh.
I don't think, personally, I didn't think I was ready to have a match yet.
Yeah.
Especially against one of the best people, arguably the best wrestler in the school. So I go, okay, all right.
I got this.
We ended up going 12 minutes, and let's just say I couldn't breathe at the end of the Logan Black has this funny story about it.
Oh, man.
Near, like, let's say the midpoint of the match where I'm like, I don't know how to conserve energy. I don't know how to breathe yet. We're just going.
Just throw you in.
Just going. I kick out of a move, and I'm talking to Logan, and I'm going, "Coach, I can't breathe, Coach. I can't breathe. Coach, I can't breathe." So now anytime that he's blown up in a match and we're working together, he'll go, "Kai, I can't breathe, Kai."
Oh,
my heart is not to like.
But that's huge because in wrestling, and I know this, like with students, wherever school it is, that's always the goal, right? Like it's like, I want to wrestle my trainer. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's plenty out there that still haven't wrestled their trainer, even if it's been years or whatever. Like, so that's a big step for you as your first match. That's like you're wrestling one of your trainers. So that's a huge, like, you know, milestone there.
That was nuts because it was like, oh, it only goes up from here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. It's like, yeah. He's dying. All right, let me give some love in this chat. All right, so we got Casey Likens in the chat. He goes, "Is that my boy?" He goes, "Beyond proud of Kwesi of how far he's come in the business." Zach's in the chat. He goes, "Against human code, quote of the day." Agave say your class of 2022. He goes, "Angelo, me, Perkins, and Tiara, class of 21 for sure."
Okay.
So you've been.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, and we're class of 22 because I came around like August, September of 21. So yes,
Right.
that would count as 22.
There you go. You get corrected.
Yeah, my bad.
All right, we have a lot to talk about with BST wrestling. Okay, so to give anybody like a little bit of a backstory, me and Kai here, like we drove together
Yes.
to his first BST show, right? That was the first time that you were there. So he came with me.
Yes.
Yes. So he came with me. And before we got to BST, we have to talk about Super Sandwich. Okay. This is okay. So we're gonna put it out there. All right, because we're gonna try to get BST sponsored. Okay. So the first time that we went to BST together, we had to stop at Super Sandwich in Shelton, Connecticut. Okay, and I've been there because my cousin lives in the next town over. So I was like, this is one of the best sandwiches I ever had. So I figured it was on the way. Instead of stopping at McDonald's or, on the highway, like,
Yeah.
and spend $25 for like a hamburger. No, we're getting this big sandwich that like so good. They should really be sponsoring BST wrestling. I'm just saying, feed the wrestlers. I fed the wrestler. Okay, right? Do you remember what you had? But you were like, this sandwich. Tiffany's been talking about this sandwich.
I think I had like a chicken cutlet on like a ciabatta hero with like buffalo sauce, mayo. Usually when I get on my sandwich, the fixings. And I was like, damn. Whoa. This is amazing.
We had to bring Harry one too. We're like, all right, like now, like every time I go to a BST show, like I have to stop at Super Sandwich. Like I've been there with Darren Hardway and Ryan Redfield. I've been there with Tristan Kyle. Like I bring all the wrestlers to Super Sandwich.
I wonder how much it would be to cater and see if we can create a relationship where we can just give out subs to the boys.
Seriously.
And the gals in the back.
Because, like, these sandwiches are good. Like, I go in there. I love their eggplant sandwiches. Like, they have everything. If you're a vegetarian, they got the vegetarians. Like, and they have, like, the small, like, you could have, like, a little small sandwich, like a little snack sandwich. There's, like, 4 different sizes of these sandwiches.
Yeah, there's, like, 4 different sizes, right?
Yeah. So it's like you have a snack, like, if you have a snack, which you probably take, like, 3 bites out of and you're done,
I'm a grown ass man. Get that big ass hero. Get that big ass hero. Set your life up.
It's funny because it's like I'll send the menu to Harry and be like, "All right, what's your order? What do you want?" So anyway, Super Sandwich. We love your sandwiches.
Love it.
Please, help the boys here. They're hungry.
I don't eat because of my dancer code in my head. I don't eat before I wrestle. So that entire day, I will not eat. I've learned the benefits of doing that, even though it'd be detrimental to me sometimes, but it helps me focus and it helps me not feel like shit when I wrestle. So sometimes you just be eating, you be like, my God, woo!
So we're giving all this free publicity for Super Sandwich over here, but let's see. So Zach says, so are we getting sandwiches Sunday? And Good Cop Bad Cop says, no one has time for the mini sandwich. Wait until you're properly hungry.
No one has time for that.
Listen, maybe it's a kid, okay? Harry has a kid. Like, Harry has, like, not his older son, but he's got a little kid, and, like, a little sandwich for a little cutie.
But even the kid can get a little one, not the mini. The mini is like, I'll throw this away real quick. I'll just inhale it like this. You're good.
Anyway, so we love you, Super Sandwich. Sponsor BST Wrestling. We're here for it.
Yes,
anyway, so, like, the first show that you came, and, like, you were with me. And A-Game wrestled Landon Hale. Hale, yeah.
The first time?
that was that show.
Time.
Yeah. So
they went 25 minutes and it was banger.
yeah. And it was nice because like A-Game came over to you and like you're like, this is my partner. You know, this is my partner. Like
When I tell you I was being so obnoxious, you know, planting the seeds. You're planting the seeds, you know what I'm saying? I knew he was having a big match. I was like, let me support my boy. I call out of work right now for the boy. He gonna have his match with Landon. Entire time I'm antagonizing Landon because, you know, he's a pretty white man. Can't do that. Gotta support the boy. But I was like, nah, this is when A-Game is back. A-Game is back. That was the match. Because, you know, people have been like, oh, you know, he came back from injury and like he was having his matches and this, that, and third. But I was like, nah, this was the match.
yeah.
Like, yeah, nah, A-Game. Yeah.
This is good. So, you know, A-Game's going to come back on the pod. We're going to talk about this match because this was a fire match. But, you know, which was nice because it started that, like, into conversation of you coming into BST and everything like that. So, let's move forward because we've been having this long feud with you and the Haven going on. So, you and A-Game and the Haven. So, but I want to, before we get into the Haven, when you were in the audience and like you were covered, you know, with the hoodie, nobody I'm sitting like laughing and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for how this is gonna play out, you know, breaking kayfabe here, and like I know anyway, like because it's like I just know it's gonna happen. I just see you, I'm like, okay, I know this is gonna happen. But you came over. I love, this is one of my favorite clips and I shared it the other day or whatever like that. I was dying how it's like Haven gets laid out and then you come over with the belt and you start antagonizing Sean's mom, the fam, everything. I really wanted to pee my pants because it was so funny.
You gotta remember, like, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, to be specific. I'm from Brooklyn. So, like, look at you. Where? I saw his mom, and his mom was yelling at me. I said, oh, you want to yell at me? I'm about to make you a mockery of you. And I'm like, where? Look at this. You see this? Your boy got laid down. He's whack. Your son is whack. The Haven suck. They suck as a team. They don't got the unity that me and Joe got. Ancestral shit he's up is real. It's real. This is real beef. And I'm laughing about it now, so I'm not mad. But they don't understand. My brother called me to put them to sleep for good. And what did I do in my very first match at BST? Tell them, Tiff.
You won the belts.
Oh, we won the belts? We won the belts immediately. Because we do what the Haven do, but better. It's just how it is. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, I was so prepared to cause as much chaos as the one of the T2T official graduates of the school, one of the chaos kin, I like to call myself. I'm gonna bring as much chaos as possible, and I think that's what me and Joe do pretty well.
Definitely.
And now that we got Angelo with us too, yeah, it's up. It's terrible.
Yeah, so like Angela's part of this now too at BST, you know, which we could roll into also too because we had, and I wanted to talk about this because I feel like this is important too. So All Black Everything, which will eventually be on IWTV. Brother Greatness has been wanting to put on a show for a very long time. So you guys got to be part of it. It was a BST sponsored match. So you and Angelo wrestled the Haven while A-Game wrestled Kylon King. So, you know, which was really a match. So, like, I can't stress enough when this comes on IWTV that you should be watching this show. It's really, really, really good show overall, everything. So, but again, like, so you and Angelo got to wrestle, you know, so it wasn't for the tag belts, but which is coming up this coming weekend that you guys are wrestling again. So I'm going to put the graphic up for you guys. So we got the tables match. It's not just a regular match.
No, it's a tables match.
It's a tables match.
Yes.
Just make sure the super sandwiches are not on the tables. Okay.
As someone who's responsible, I will move the sandwiches. I'll probably take a bite of one and then move the sandwiches away.
Where's Bobby Buffet? Or we need to like. Where's Bobby Buffet? Seriously. Man, we're getting so much promotion to Super Sandwich.
Hello? What? They better give us. I better have a specialty sandwich by the end of next week.
He gives us just for a victory lap on Sunday, brought to you by Super Sandwich. And he goes, F the Haven. So, and hi, Ed, in the chat. What's going on?
Haven suck, bro. Like, I've watched so many of their matches, and I've just been like, oh, great, another black tag team. Yay. I'm not in derogatory. I was like, yeah, this is actually a great thing. Then I see who they are as real people. They both whack. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm so happy we taking a spot. The Haven are done. We hate the Haven. They keep bothering us. We beat them, and now they can't. They losing their minds. They can't go to their family. They feel like they're ashamed for losing. We're not terrible people. Joe, are we terrible people? I don't think we're terrible people. I'm just somebody from Brooklyn that loves the gods and praises the ancestors during Black History Month. And I gotta fight the Haven again? Why? It makes no sense. It makes no damn sense.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me say. He's dying. Oh my god. All right. So I see. Wait, hold on. I saw like something in the chat. So Joe in the chat says, "I'll take care of the sandwiches." Good Cop Bad Cop says, "Sounds like you need a super sandwich on a pole match."
That's OD. That's insane. The sandwich is just hanging in the Honestly, I think I would laugh. I wouldn't want to be in that match. I watch how someone who is more creative than me create that, make that match amazing. I feel like Logan Black will make that match amazing because I think Logan Black can be put in any situation that anybody has, and he'll execute it 100%.
Well, the way that it is in BST Wrestling, or like it's in Hamden, Connecticut, or whatever like that, I feel like the sandwiches have to be like on the top balcony pretty much, and like you guys like wrestle, and then whoever gets the sandwich, like we're not throwing people over the tower, pretty much.
Throw anybody off the balcony.
But we'll make sure the sandwich is, clearly wrapped, but you've been there before. They're in plastic bins, the sandwiches, so it'll be safe and protected. It won't explode everywhere, so we don't get yelled at and heat from Harry and everybody. Good Cop Bad Cop says loser gets the mini sandwich, and A-Game said, he goes, no, not a terrible person at all. And Joe says, you're not a terrible person, and A-Game says quite the opposite.
I'm one of the best people you can know, okay? In the world filled of motherfuckers who hate people, I barely hate people.
Oh God.
I should, but I barely do because it's not worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
You can attest to this. I'm one of the funniest people on the roster. In any locker room I'm in, I'm one of the funniest.
If he was terrible, I wouldn't be, driving in cars and taking him to Super Sandwich.
Bro, I wouldn't have got invited to Super Sandwich. Come on, dog.
You know it's serious when I start bringing, the wrestlers to places to eat. Like me and Kylon had tacos in New York. We literally left Remarkable to go have tacos, and it was like, I think it was like 6 months that I kept building up these tacos or something like that. I know like we had made plans, and then I think the one of the guys from the Haven got sick or something like that, so they had to go home from Remarkable the first time. Then I think Justin and Kai had to leave and go like to another show that like the next time they came to Remarkable. So finally we were like, all right, we're getting our tacos. So we left after their match, and like I asked us, I'm like, you're coming? He's like, no. He's like, that's your thing or whatever. So I was like, all right, so me and Kai go. And then I remember he goes, these tacos better be good. And it was like, you can't underestimate a fat chick. I was like,
well, what? So this the thing, right? I be trying to tell my friends I got spots for days. All over New York City, I got spots because I'm a real eater, right? People don't understand this. I come from a family who are over 200 pounds, right? I'm 240. I'm 240, 250. People think I look 300 pounds when I get in the ring. Not because I'm fat, because I got muscle. Right? So, spots all over the city. I take people to places all the time, and they be like, "Yo, this shit fire." Hello, hello. I'm like an encyclopedia of food spots in New York City, but I'm still finding more.
I love that. But yeah, so like I hyped up those tacos, and Kai was like, "These better get." The minute he took the bite, his face lit up, and it was like, you know, it was well worth it. So just like you and me were talking about the sandwiches.
That's y'all got tacos.
You know, we got tacos.
Y'all got tacos.
We got tacos. All right, so let's move on. Let's do some of these fan tweets that got back up. All right, the first one, he goes, with taken as wise, being an anagram of Kwesi Asante, what was the best advice you've been given in wrestling that you took as wise words? That's a good one.
All right, I'm about to name drop somebody crazy. So we had a Blitzkrieg show in a mall last March. This is our first time me and Joe tagging on the Blitzkrieg show. And Sandman, the Sandman,
yeah,
was there, right? So I don't know if I should tell this story, but
you started it now, so you got to finish it.
Oh shit! Okay. I'm gonna give the abridged version because the long version is hilarious.
Okay.
People. Sandman goes in the back trying to look for me, but he says, "Yo, where's the black kid?" Mind you, there was me, Joe, Kylon, 3 people in that match, and if you want to add Dustin.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So if you want to add Dustin, he was there too, but Dustin was there. Dustin was there, and Logan goes, "Wait, I count. There's three in the back here. There's 3 in the back here." And he goes, "The Polynesian-looking one." And then everybody unanimously says my name. And they go, "Yeah, he's in the front." So Sandman comes, gets me. Can I talk to you real quick? And he talks to me, and he's like, "Yo, like, you have something different than everybody in that match. You remind me of like how the Samoans wrestle, and how you don't gotta do a lot to get the people going." And when I heard that, and I was like, "Oh, I'm taking that seriously." Okay, I don't have to do a lot. Right. Mind you, I'm in this perspective of like, you know how wrestling is, like you gotta have a kid, you gotta have moves. You have to have moves on moves on moves. Just in case you're wrestling somebody, you gotta do something crazy just to throw them off. You gotta have moves. So I'm like, in my head, oh, what cool move can I do consistently that's not gonna kill me? And he was like, "Yeah, you remind me like a Solo Sikoa. Well, you don't gotta do a lot. All you gotta do is your couple of things, do your little scream that you do, that joint, and you're set." And I'm over here like, Sandman is talking to me. Sandman's like 6'4". That man is big. I'm looking up at him like, "Yo, dog, whoa." What is happening? He's talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, you just start practicing not doing a lot, and it'll make your moments bigger." And I was like, "All right, cool." Literally after that, I stopped hitting the ropes. If you've ever watched, you can watch a match of mine. I don't hit the ropes often.
Yeah. Interesting.
I call myself the cruiser tank. I could do cruiser moves if I want to, but I'm really a tank.
I love that.
Yeah, but I'm really a tank. I can pick up anybody because I'm a tank, but I can still do.
A-Game said Dustin was pretty tan at these guys, okay, between him and Dante Drago, okay, I'm pretty dark.
Like, Drago always gave me like dark skin Italian.
Yeah, right?
Greek.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Taz. He's not that tan. Oh my
He's
God.
darker than me now. I go, what is going on here? I was like, I look at Dustin, I'm like, how are you darker than me? I was like I am half Sicilian, half Puerto Rican. And I was like, okay, like I can understand like Dante, and then I'm like, how the hell is Dustin darker than me now?
We would joke around and say Dustin was Dominican. Dustin Flash Waller was a Dominican man.
Oh my.
Dustin act like he been around brothers all his life. So he's like, yo, what's good, bro? What?
I can't. All right, let's go on. Good Cop Bad Cop said $6 for a mini. This guy still thinks footlongs from Subway are only $5. Dude, I remember they were like the $5 footlongs. Man, what happened to those days? Like,
proper country at one point, guys. Like,
Jesus.
we were great.
All right, the next anagram question says, it is a weakness being an anagram. What is something you need to work on in wrestling? That's a good one. Who's giving the good questions? Like,
so crazy. I would answer that, but that would be giving my enemies a reason to go after it. So I'm gonna say, being more. I think the weakness that I had was that I felt like my Africanness wasn't being perceived as cool. Because if you've seen me when I first started coming out, I used to wear my African shirt called a batakari, which is the big thing that flares out. And, you know, I don't think it would be received as like, you know, like, they're like, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is this boy doing? Right? And I'm like, I don't know if people understand the important message of my moniker, the Ancestral Avenger, because it's not a gimmick. That's real life. I live every day and walk every day with purpose, like I'm trying to avenge my ancestors because they paved the way for me to even get to this point, for me to have the freedom to even become a wrestler. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's the only thing, but I know that I'm ill. I come from a long line of people who are ill. Long line of Africans who are ill. Long line of African Americans that are ill. My great-grandfather's Gullah Geechee. That's a group of people from South Carolina, West Virginia, that area of native Africans who came over here and they kept their culture. They have their own language and everything. So I come from a long line of beautiful and powerful black people. So, you know, at one point I'm like, yo, who am I even doing this for? And then when I started seeing a lot of black kids and showing their faces and I see them all the time, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing it for. I had a match at Focus Pro. After the match, two black kids came up to me like, yo. I was like, yeah. They were like, yo. We started doing that back and forth to each other. And I knew right there, I was like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm supposed to do. I don't really got no weaknesses. You can't knock me out. You can't tap me out no more. I got a thick neck. You can't tap me out no more. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Nope.
all right. Next anagram. He goes with siesta waken. He goes, what has been the best nap you have ever taken or the longest nap you have ever taken?
Okay, so I'm going to incriminate myself right now, and it's not something that I'm proud of. I am the car napper. That is my guy. That is my role in your car. If I ever join you in the car, just know for 75% of that ride, I am not going to be responsive. But for the rest of the 25, where I am responsive, best believe it's jokes. We're laughing. It's a great time. We're talking about cool shit. And then I'm dying again. I enter the void every time I enter a car. What? I'm in the back sounding like a chainsaw, and everybody hates it, but they love me in the car at the same time.
I love car rides.
Arguably, I think one of the best naps I took was, I think we were coming back from Chicago. We just did Big Gay Brunch in Chicago. Me, Angelo, Sazzy, Logan Black. We just did Big Gay Brunch. We on the ride back. We were riding straight back. We're not taking stops. We're riding straight back. I felt so bad for these guys. I was out like a lion. I was out cold. So, yeah, that's probably the best one.
Car rides with wrestlers are the best. I love it. Like, I've done it a bunch of times with a bunch of different wrestlers. I get sung to. I get jokes. I'm usually the one providing the snacks. Usually. He knows. I'm always with water and veggie chips. I'm like, oh, my children here.
Yeah, the veggie chips. Yeah.
I always have the veggie chips because I always get them like in like a big box. So I just bring them with me when I go to wrestling events. I'm like, oh, we need a snack. Oh, here. Like, here's some veggie chips or whatever. Good Cop, Bad Cop says, so jealous, can never sleep on the plane, in a car, or on a bus. Yeah, I can't either. I need to be.
It's an art form. Honestly, I think. It's an art form. Honestly, like, I
Give some tips.
it's hard because for me specifically, it really only started happening recently. So like since the pandemic, since I gained a lot of weight very fast during the pandemic. So I was like, what, 190 before the pandemic, and then I jumped to 220, and then hovered around 210, 220 for a while, and now I'm like 240, 250. I need my sleep, right? I don't know what to tell you. I enter the void. The void is where if you put your head down in the wrong position for too long, it feels like oof, and I'm gone. It's like, I can't describe it to anybody. Like, you have to just be in my head.
I'm done.
But you can ask Joseph, you can ask Angelo, you can ask Troy. You can ask any person I've been in the car with where I didn't feel like I had to stay up because, you know, they're new and this, that, and third. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gone, brother. Even on a 3-hour or a 2-hour ride, I'll take my little napskis.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Oh man. All right, let's do an important question on this podcast to be wrestling with positivity. So, because you know there's so much negativity in the world of social. Everybody hates everything and this one sucks and whatever, but we like to do the positive here. What's something that you could share with us, like whether a fan's done for you, you've done for a fan, a wrestler's done for you, or maybe you've done for a wrestler, anything that like we wouldn't know unless you shared the story?
Okay, there's multiple instances, but this is one of the most recent that I can remember fully. I used to wrestle at PvP. I wrestled there like either twice or 3 times. And the latest time I went, I wrestled Tony Booz, and nobody there remembered me, right? Except one guy. Parts Unknown podcast, Eric Hunting. He was in the crowd losing his shit. When I tell you, in the sea of people there was one person like, yeah, it's Kwesi. And I'm like, yeah, what's up, Eric? That's my guy. I went on to have a match with Tony Booz. I won the match. By the end of the match, everybody's opinion changed. Right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, y'all like me now, right? And then Eric's like, yeah, that's my guy. So that was one of the things that helped me out because I didn't even get a clap on my entrance. Nobody was clapping. It was just a sea of people looking at me.
Who's this guy?
Who's this boy? Who's this black boy? Well, we don't know them. He ain't familiar to us. Who it is? And I'm like, I was just here last September. And then I remember, oh, that's last September. I don't remember shit. But to see and hear him, you know, cheering alongside with my peoples in the back, in the back because they were done with their match. I think that was like, that just filled me with joy. That just made me like be like, yeah, I know who I'm doing this for. This is the people who like me. They know true graps. They know real graps. They know real wrestling. You like me, you like real wrestling. That's just how it is.
In regards to fake wrestling.
No, it's not like fake.
I'm only kidding.
It's not fake. I'm not gonna call anybody wrestling fake. Don't get me set up, Tim.
I'm kidding.
Whoa. I did not say that. That's why I said true graps. You know what I'm saying? You know, I may not just be a cup of tea yet. And that's fine. But then, you know, you'll become a fan. I think I'm trying to be humble. You know, I think I'm pretty cool as a wrestler. I think I'm like, hey, oh, he's on the card. That's a great thing. You know what I mean? So like, I think that was one of the greater things are like when people buy my merch, like buy my shirts or come up to buy my 8x10s. Dog, you didn't have to.
Yeah.
But you chose to buy an 8x10 and get it signed by me.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Especially when kids come up to me and be like, yo, you're so dope. You want an 8x10, sir? You want an 8x10, little boy?
I love that. I can't. Everything pro wrestling's in the chat. Go give Conrad a follow. He's got you covered. AEW, WWE stuff, all that love. He said, "Yeah,
Conrad."
yeah." This is the New York way, baby. The New York way. Like, I love when like people get so disgusted. That's the New York way. That's what we do. Like, you know, like I always go back.
Us like we not cool. Like everybody wanted to live in New York. Everybody wants to live in New York.
Yeah.
New York City. When you think of America, you think of 3 cities: DC, New York, and California, and maybe Florida, and maybe Miami,
Miami. We in Miami.
Miami. But literally, New York City.
Yeah.
Born and raised. I'm a New Yorker. Some of these people are implants and claiming NY. It's fine. It's fine. But just know, I'm a pure blood New Yorker. I am stoned. I am not gang affiliated. I had to let that be known.
I love that. Laura's in the chat. She said you're awesome. Good Cop Back Up said, just looking at IWTV on my list for tonight now is Kwesi at Blitzkrieg Pro from last December. Man, can we go watch that the 4-way tag team? Cause that was insane. It was like you guys, right? Delta House. Oh my God.
Us. Oh. I think that was October.
Yeah. Was that the mall show?
No. That was at Enfield. That was
oh
Logan,
my God.
Leary, Los Toxicos, me and Joe, and Delta House.
Yeah. Go watch that. There's so many great matches.
That was a really good match. I did the whisper in the wind off the top rope to the outside. Ooh, you know.
Another question that actually is really good, and this, so like I should bring this back on a lot of my podcasts. He says, following up from Naps from who on the indies is being slept on right now? Give us those wrestlers who deserve a bigger star.
Angelo Carter, Rihanna Bands, Jay Karma. Who else? Because like you gotta think like who's also like being booked regularly. Because like the irregular wrestlers that will be booked irregularly, of course people not gonna know you yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, oh, Don Freeze.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. Me and him had a match at Grind, and that's the reason why I'm on Grind today.
Shout out to Mike Skyros for making him mad, because that's why like he's been getting booked over there. So
I had a match with Mike Skyros at Wild Zero too.
Made him sad, right?
I beat his ass, but he beat me, but I beat his ass. So that's all that matters.
You made him sad. Hashtag make Mike sad. So I need to bring that back. Hashtag make Mike sad. And shout out to Rip doing great stuff. I know that he's coming back. I saw you're on the poster. Yeah, I was like, we have to talk about a little bit about like Grind, which is amazing. Yay! Poster! I love that. I love that so much. Damn, we got like almost like 40 people into the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the Indie Wrestling Corner. Also, so share the stream. We'll get some more people in here to like chat and everything like that.
Come on.
All right. What are some goals of 2025 for you?
Goals for 2025.
Get that super sandwich sponsor.
That's one. It's on there, but it's not up on the list. But like, if it happens, I'm gonna be like, yeah, me and Tim are the reason this happened. No one else.
I want the first. Me and him want the first sandwich.
Hello, and I better get a name recognized sandwich at the shop too. That's what I want.
All right, if they were gonna name a sandwich after you, what would it be?
Oh, the Big Bison. Big Bison, and it's gonna be nothing pertaining to beef.
I love that.
Chicken sandwich.
Let me know in the chat if a sandwich was named after you. what would it be called? Let me know. And if you're watching this later, leave me some comments. You know, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool.
Some goals for this year. I want to wrestle Andy Brown. I want to wrestle Uncle Andy. Also, if I give you the Uncle title in wrestling, that's a big thing. All right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. Andy got the Uncle title for me, even though he's not that old. Okay? Don't get it twisted.
Shh, he's
Uncle
25. Shh.
I know. He's my age. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Andy, I want to have a match against him so bad. I think our styles will mesh really well. And, you know, he agented the match with me and Don Freeze. And, you know, we're throwing out these ideas, and, you know, he's giving me the, yeah, that's dope. Nah, that's shit. Don't do that. A singles title. I think one of the things that I feel like happens a lot in wrestling is that, like, you know, even though you're in a tag, you can't do single shit. And I want to prove that, like, yo, I can go just like Joe can go. I can go just like Angelo can go. Honestly, we the Three Musketeers. All right? The Triangle, the Triforce. All right? And I just want to prove to people that, like, Kwesi Asante is just not, like, somebody you could just be like, oh, yeah, because he's partnering with this person. That's why he's good. No. I'm good.
He's good.
I'm good.
He's good.
If you give me the ball, I can show people I can play ball. If you don't give me the ball, then no one will get that opportunity. And you never know what money that can bring to your promotion, correct? Because This is all about money.
It's all about the money, baby.
Singles title. Honestly, just giving us the ball. Let Diaspora run over the Northeast. Let us go stupid. Y'all already know what Joe body looking like. Some of y'all know how Angelo get down. Angelo's amazing. Let us do our thing. We could become the next biggest faction. We probably are the next biggest faction to come out of the Northeast.
Yeah.
Probably out of New York specifically.
Yeah.
So we out here trying our best, you know what I'm saying? I just want to, you know, get booked more, do big shows, get on the GCW show. You know, the stuff that everybody else want to do. But the real thing, this the real goal. Wrestle in Japan.
Hell yeah.
If it doesn't happen this year, next year. If it doesn't happen that year, the year after. I'm going to wrestle in Japan. That is my biggest, that's the big goal. You know, if WWE calls a call in, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah. Of course not.
Of course not.
But I feel like Japan should probably be on every indie wrestler's bucket list.
I've been trying to say this for 4 years. No, Japan's not for everybody. You know,
yeah.
The Japanese style of wrestling is not for everybody. I try my best to emulate that style. I don't know if it gets received as such, but like if you see me wrestle, I wrestle like if Keiji Muto, Kenta Kobashi, and what's another? Goto were combined, because I use all this shit.
I love that.
I do all this shit. I aspire to be on the level that Kenta Kobashi was, but as a black man in Japan, because a black man has never won a major title in Japan except Bob Sapp, which was in the, hey, New Japan is like just MMA era of New Japan. So I want to change that. I want to be that guy.
I love that.
I feel like my personality and, like, you know, how I operate can get the people going.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. I love that. Laura's in chat. She says, what are your top 5 favorite matches of yours? Ooh.
Me, Joe, versus the Batiri, which is not out yet. Arguably one of our best tag matches ever. Like I said, me and Mateo Valentine. Me and Joe versus Delta House in December. There was a special scramble at a RetroCon show that I was a part of with Andy Brown, Perry Von Vicious, Leary, Ryan Mooney, and I said Andy Brown already.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the 5th person. I know that. I'm the fifth person, and hmm, 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 Oh, me and Logan Black. Oh no, me and Charles Mason. Oh, that happened at Constant Wrestling. Me and Charles Mason went out there and went stupid.
I'm waiting for this to come on. Like, I was just talking about Vertigo about this show like the other day. I'm like, when is this coming out? Because
I
like,
don't know if it's out yet.
no, it's not out. I've been looking for it. So Arcadia, you're killing me. I was supposed to come to that show, but then I was going through the loss of Macduff, so I couldn't come to that show. But out of all people, one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers runs the show, and it's like right up my alley, and I couldn't come. So I need to see.
That show was stacked.
I know it was stacked. I know.
Was there. Speedball was there. Speedball gave me a mini seminar in the back, which was whoa. Which was whoa. Charles Mason, me and him had a crazy match. We beat the shit out of each other, honestly. Yeah, that was. Oh, Homicide was there.
Yeah, this was a crazy show. I'm very upset that I was going through everything that I was going through, because that I would have been the first person in the front row for that show.
I know. It was pretty dope. Like, I saw kids in the rafters, and they were like screaming for people to come up there, and I was like, I gotta go up there. I have to. No one else is gonna go up there. So I went up there and high-fived all of them.
Aww.
And, do stuff to make people give a fuck.
Yeah.
There's a philosophy that I hold myself to. Is how do I make people care?
Yeah.
How do I make people care? Because it doesn't matter how many things you can do in the ring. Do they give a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
No? Then what are we doing? We should make them care about what we're doing in there. So we should do our best to make them care. Because that was something from dance that I learned a long time ago. We can just do these moves. We can do these turns. We can do 17 turns if you want to. But are they going to care? So we got to make them care. That's it. Was that 5 matches?
Yeah. Good Cop Bad Cop says, oh snap, just pulled up the November Bliss Creek. Former guest Nomi versus Bobby Orlando in tag team action. We'll be watching that too far, sure. I'm telling you, Blitzkrieg, man. Actually they are going to be this weekend. So here, we're gonna put it up on the screen. I'm letting you know I'm coming to the show. I wasn't coming to the show, but I am coming to the show. This is a stacked card show, and I am coming this Saturday, and I will be there Sunday also too. So TJ Crawford and Becca wrestled each other, and they decided to form a tag team, and now they're gonna wrestle you and A-Game. I am so excited for this match.
What makes it even better is that they put this match on Black History Month, so me and Joe automatically get 10 plus XP to all of our stats because it is Black History Month. I don't know if you knew this, but every black wrestler during Black History Month automatically gets stronger because the way the planet aligns outside. So we... I tried to keep it together, and I couldn't.
I was trying too. Like, I'm okay.
But we get stronger because it's Black Pride Month. We get to act a fool. All right, and they give us T.J. Crawford, who is arguably probably one of the best indie stars right now in the business, and then Becca on God.
Yeah.
On Becca on God, who I just started getting cool with recently, but she's chill. We're gonna beat the fuck out of them, and I feel so bad. Actually, I shouldn't, because it's Black History Month. Yeah.
I can't. I am dead. Conrad agrees with you though, like that. You get more. Mm-hmm. You get 10 points.
10 plus XP. Hello.
I'm dead. All right, so that's going on, and like I said, this Sunday, come out to Hamden, Connecticut. We're gonna see, tables match. Don't worry, I'll save the super sandwich. I'll hold it like my baby.
retain the tag titles. They even suck. I mean, honestly, like, we're just here to prove a point, and like that we are desirable, that we are dope. We are not just another tag team. We are family. Me and Joe, Angelo, and several car rides to Maine, several car rides to wherever we needed to go, and us just talking about, yo, we can really change this shit because us three are nuts as a unit in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe is already established. Like, I'm a multi-time champion. Angelo, former tag team champion. But Angelo's also a personality that you can't even touch and can't even get nearby because he's just so up here. And then there's just me. You know, there's me, the cool, crazy one. I'm crazy. I'm nuts. I'll kill you.
Too much Jeff Dunham.
I'll kill you.
Jeff Dunham.
But the idea of like us doing what we're doing, you know, Angelo has a match against Jay George at Blitzkrieg. Angelo is winning. I don't know what to tell you. Like we've proven time and time again that we're not just run of the mill wrestlers. We're creative. We're smart. We're dope. You don't see an Angelo Carter often. You don't see an A game often. You definitely don't see a Kwesi Asante often. The last guy in who was a big wrestler is who? Kofi Kingston, right? So it's like I have a lot to follow. But I'm also so different than Kofi that it's like, you know what I mean? So this weekend's going to be jam-packed. We're going to be beat up by that Monday. I have work on that Monday, on President's Day. So I'm going to be cooked out of my mind.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Come to these shows. And then we also have another flyer for Grind. It's coming back after a little of a hiatus a little bit, March 15th. Like I said, you're on the graphic, which is really...
I'm on the main flyer. I'm on the main flyer.
So cool.
And to think that like... And to think that like, yo, like Grind was my dream promotion as an indie.
It's like a perfect for you.
Because both, again, Angelo, Logan, and A-Game have matches at Grind. And I'm like, oh, if I want to prove myself, Grind is the place. Right? Because Grind at the time was, everybody was going to Grind. And now that I'm somebody that's like, yeah, we're putting you on the show, buddy. Are you available on this day? Oh, word. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
I love it because a couple of years ago when I went up to Grind and Logan was up there, and it's on one of my Indie Talks episodes, so if you go look through my playlist of Indie Talks and go find the videos of Grind when I did like vlogs of Grind and everything like that, and me and Logan Black were talking and we were like catching up, and I was talking about T2T. Here's someone that I know for years, Logan, like before T2T existed and everything like that. And he brought up a whole bunch of students with him, and we were just talking, and we were just like, and this is all on this video and everything like that, and we were talking about the fact of it's like him paying it forward to guys like you, to guys like A, to guys like Angelo Carter and stuff like that. And it's really cool for someone like me who's like been like supporting this, who is, you know, who's supported him while he was wrestling, doing his thing years ago, now passing it on to you guys and then making these proteges, as I like to say it. And it's like, I even seen Logan Black wrestle Angelo Carter at Interspecies and stuff like that. And I remember like my friend Brad was like, you're gonna love Angelo and everything like that. And he's, you know, so like me learning, I'm constantly learning new names in the indies and every day. I find new people every day. You know, which is great. And maybe they've been a little bit established and maybe it takes me a little longer to find them, but I find them, you know, but it's cool to see the pay forward and to see like him with you guys at somewhere like Grind, and where like even like again, me and Angelo were hanging out at Grind and me and A were hanging out at Grind when I was like backstage doing this stuff. And to see you guys get your flowers, as we say, Richard Holiday, give me my flowers, pretty much. It's really awesome to see, you know, in the indies. I love to see it.
We, at the end of the last Grind match we had, it was me, Logan, A-Game versus the grind office, which is Rip, Delmy, and Perry. At the end of the match, Logan cuts a promo, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's gonna say. I'm blown up. I'm tired. Right. What are you gonna say? And then he starts putting me and Joe over. And when I tell you, literal tears were coming from my eyes. I get weak when I see people who I look up to as role models, especially adult role models, cry or get emotional because it means a lot to me because I know it's not easy for everybody to get emotional. It's not easy for people to just let that out. Yeah. So seeing Logan cry, oh, dog. Joe's in the corner is stoic. I'm over here like, and the grind offense comes back in the ring. We're all hugging each other, and Dub is like, "Oh, you're actually crying. Like, are you okay?" I'm like, what the fuck? What made you do that?
I love that. That's amazing. It's totally amazing. No, shout out to indie wrestling, man, because it's nothing like it. There's nothing absolutely like it. So tell the fans, where they can find you, support you. I mean, I have everything in the description below for everybody, but tell everybody if they're just tuning in, listening.
Instagram, I'm pretty sure Instagram and Twitter are the same handle, which is the Kwesi Asante. If you need spelling, it's in the description. My Facebook is just Kwesi Asante. You should see me. I should be like this, with my hair out and my headband, of course. I think that's everything that I have. Yeah, those are all my socials that I have. I post wrestling. I make wrestling compilation videos of my stuff. Any video that you see on my thing, I usually edited it myself. It took a lot of time and effort. So please watch it. Please like it. Please share it. Yeah, I'm also doing dance stuff. So if you're interested in dance, that's also where all my stuff is going. So yeah.
I love that. Anything else before we conclude?
I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you, Tiff. Thank you for having me on this podcast. It means a lot to be able to just talk to somebody who knows and likes me enough to put me on their platform. I want to thank Kat, PvP, Wild Zero, Tetsu Pro, which was my first promotion I went to outside of TCT Brooklyn. Thank you, Grind. Thank you, Blitzkrieg. Thank you, BST. Thank you. When we were going to Let's Wrestle and Limitless all the time. Thank you guys. I have a lot of connections over there, and you guys have made me someone who's better. So I want to thank you. Any promotion that I've touched, 880, wrestling, Paradigm, thank you guys. Literally, you took a chance with me, and I proved to you that you can trust me to do things. And I really appreciate for even giving me the opportunity, because I know the opportunity doesn't come often for people. So I want to say thank you. If you even are watching this shit, right? If you're watching this, I want to say thank you. These last 2 years of working matches have been fantastic, wonderful. I literally could not ask for anything else. And I hope that everybody watching this continues to watch me. I'm only going to get more buff. I'm only going to get better. I'm only going to be, be someone that you can trust to do cool things with. And hopefully I get my singles title, whether it be the main championship or the Intercontinental Championship of a promotion. I appreciate all of you, especially if you boo me. If you boo me, I love you. If you cheer me, I love you even more. And if you remember my name and say it properly, oh my God! Oh, yes! Thank you guys so much.
I love that. Thank you so much. A-Game's going to be streaming later, so make sure you're following him also too. Go give some love. I know he was streaming. I go into his Twitch because X, I know people follow, but they can't comment. But he's live on Twitch. Yeah, we were talking about it last night, so we were having fun. I was I was politicking for him and Adam Priest in the chat to Jack Solomon in the chat. So I was like, cough, cough. Sorry.
Honestly,
Cough, cough.
that match would be stupid because his match with
Thank you.
Makowski. Weapon X. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Weapon X was
Makowski.
stupid.
Yeah.
I was there like, yo.
I wish I was there. I really wish. I was here losing my mind watching that match. So I think I should do this like weekly. I should pick a wrestler and just like list. I've been randomly doing it of like list of wrestlers like I want to see them wrestle and stuff like that, because like my brain and with the amount of wrestlers and stuff like that, like in wrestling out there, like I could put a lot of pieces together. So yeah, so Adam Priest is big on my list for a game. But see, Andy Brown is like one that I would put you on your list, like definitely. So
I've heard people say me, Desmond.
Yes.
Chris
Chris Brady would be fun with you too. So like,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. So we got the West Coast.
Give me somebody who we can go some Kings Road.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Like you and McCray Martin would be bonkers.
Yo, so this is the thing. When I first met McCray, we was at Interspecies, and I was like, yo, you dance, bro? Because clearly a dancer can tell when a dancer is a dancer, right? And I was like, no, you're not just a dancer. Like, you are a dancer. He's like, yeah, I was part of the dance team for many years. I'm like, this is why. I knew it. Me and him would go stupid.
Yeah.
I think arguably probably a banger match. And yeah.
See? We're putting it out there. I'm manifesting. Yeah. So make sure you give Kwesi a follow. Make sure you watch his matches, support the man, watch the shows, go to the shows, go say hi and all that stuff like that.
If you say hi to me, I will say hi back.
Yes, he will. He's cool. Bring him a super sandwich. Super sandwich. I can't. Tomorrow I will be back with Jermaine Marbury. So
basketball.
We're playing basketball. We're continuing with Black History Month going on. So I've been getting a lot of that this month without even realizing that I'm doing. I guess maybe the end of the month, maybe we'll have a game come back on. So maybe we'll come back on. So anyway, but yeah. So thank you again for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So
do this.
Always
I'm excited as hell to do this.
Oh yeah, we will eventually do another podcast because it was fun. And even Good Cop Bad Cop says this is up there for the best interviews from the show. Great job. The salmon story needs a clipping. We'll see.
We're gonna post clips. I think that's one of the best ones you can post.
There you go. So you guys know the drill. Stay safe. Support independent wrestling. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.